everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Robert LaBelle here with yet another guitar tutorial in our undisclosed basement, in our undisclosed location. We've been doing a lot of Tragically Hip, more than is healthy to admit, so we're going to take a break from that for today, and we're going to get back to it. We're going to get back with the hip, with Grace 2 and Ahead by a Century and all that altered tuning stuff. But I wanted to take a bit of a side line on that and do some Eric Clapton Unplugged. This is from the Unplugged record, which was released sometime, I think, mid-late 90s, was part of the whole Unplugged thing. Songs that he had recorded with a full band and now was still playing either solo. I have done this before with Hey Hey and the Walkin' Blues. Hey Hey is a Bill Brunsey number. Walkin' Blues is a Robert Johnson. This one is called Before You Accuse Me. It was recorded originally by Eugene McDaniels, was covered by Creedence Clearwater, Eric Clapton, and countless other people. So it's a 1-4-5 progression. What do we mean by 1-4-5? We mean that the E is the one chord, or the chord that we start on, the tonic chord, the root chord. We start on an E, then we go to an A7, which is the subdominant or the 4 of E. Then we go to the dominant chord, the B, or the B7, and the classic turnaround. So the gist of this is very simple. Before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. A, before you accuse me, take a look at your E. You say I'm B7, spending my money on other women. A7, you're taking money from someone else. Classic turnaround. So once again, 1-4-5, E or E7. We're going to go heavy into this. Again, the subdominant chord, the 4 chord. What is a 4 chord? Well, if E is 1, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. It simply means you're going up 4 steps. It's really that simple. The A is the 4. Take a look at your, back to the root chord. You say I'm B7, spending my money on other women. The 5 chord, what is the 5 chord? If E is 1, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, or B7. It's that simple, folks. Most of music is all based on mathematics, fractions, multiplication, and what isn't based on that is based on physics, and I'm not going to go there. Certainly not today. So the 1-4-5. 1-4-5. The opening song is a turnaround. That's an E7 chord, E flat, D7, hammer on the 3rd string. Now this is an E minor pentatonic scale harmonized. E. So the E minor pentatonic, E, G, A, B, D, E, G, A, B, D, E. And the blues scale, identical, except it's got a flat 5. E, G, A, B flat, B natural, D, E, G, A, B flat, B, D, E. And harmonized means that you're playing, instead of going, you're playing the B and the G. Or pardon me, the B and the E. So slowly. B, back to E, A, back to E, A, variation on the E, B, one of many possible combinations. We're going to go into that. So once again, to recap, E flat, D, hammer on the G and the G sharp, open B and open E, D, B flat, A, hammer on the G and the G sharp. So E7, A. Sounds a bit like the Pusher, I know that. B, A, now the solo. Let's discuss this a little. First of all, you're using what is largely, not entirely, an E minor pentatonic scale going up the board. So E, G, A, B, D, E, G, A, B, D, E, G, A, B, D, E. And then descending, the famous Vox pattern. I'm sure the bulk of you out there already know that. But what we want to discuss is taking an E minor pentatonic scale. In this case, Eric Clapton on the record is going which is great, because he's got a whole band behind him, and we, on the other hand, don't. So the objective behind these videos is not just to learn a song. The objective is to try and improvise. That's what we want to do. So we want to make this as interesting as possible without losing sight of the original composition. Now, Clapton was a big Bill Broonzy fan. Broonzy, if you go and check out my Hey Hey video, talks about the pedal bass. The pedal bass, it just comes in on the quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or, without getting sidetracked, Bruce Cockburn's got a great composition, Tokyo, where he puts the bass on the 8th note. That's another story. Clapton puts it on the quarter note for Hey Hey, as did Bill Broonzy. Now the objective behind this, again, is to take the solo and put a simple bass line in. What does that mean? Well, if you have triplets, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet. 1, 2. Put the triplets in. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1, and A. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3, and 1. So what did I do there? It's over an E chord. Eric Clapton's backup guitar player, I think, is Andy Fairweather Lowe on that record. To the best of my knowledge, he's playing or variations on it. Again, we will talk about that. There's at least 7 or 8 ways of playing the E up the fretboard, all of which can be utilized in a 12-bar blues, rock, country, ragtime, all kinds of stuff. So, more on that later. Triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1, and the objective, the low E carries the bass. So you have 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1, and A. As you go to the A, what you're doing is you're sliding up to C sharp E, unison E. Now this is actually kind of cool because you have a B natural, B flat, A, G, E. That's part of the blues scale with the exception of the C sharp. So what what Eric Clapton is doing, he's outlining the C sharp, which seems to suggest a chord change. B natural, B flat, A, G, A, E. Now because we're playing an A chord, what you want to do is put the A in the bass. So you have E, still an E in the bass, A. As we go to a B, it's very interesting because he's playing directly over a B major chord. A. So you have B, A, and turn around. In the A in the bass, continue with an A. The A is on the quarter note. The open A, the open fifth string is on the quarter. Why? Because you're changing chords. You want to keep that in the listener's mind. B, I put my thumb over the neck at the 7th fret for the B natural, outlining a B chord or B7. A. The top. Variation on the A7. So once again, let me just talk about some of that stuff. We have a few minutes. There are many things you can do with this to change it up. First of all, the E. Very simple. A lot of it sounds like the pusher. Or it sounds like Eric Clapton's If I Could Change the World. Kind of neat. Not a big deal. you have an E and a B, so B, C sharp, D natural, with an E in the root. Harmonize the B with a G sharp, harmonize the C sharp with an A, harmonize the D with a B. So you got before you accuse me, take a look at your oar. The other thing you can do for the A, you have an A in the root, an E, an F sharp, and a G natural. Harmonize the E with the C sharp, harmonize the F sharp with a D, the G with an E. So you have and then you could go before you accuse me, take a look at yourself. Couple it with that. The B I used was D natural, D sharp, B, and F sharp, second inversion, G sharp, back to the A, C natural, C sharp, E, G, E, F sharp, open D, E flat, E, low E. So you have I'm sure all of you have heard that from the Robert Johnson recordings. A walk up. E blues scale descending. E7 augmented 9. So the other thing I also used here was a blatant cop from Robert Johnson's Malted Milk. I used that. So I have A, B, the other thing I could use, that's actually off an E chord. So you're kicking that root out of the E at the 7th fret, leaving you with an E in the root, which means you have a B and an E and a G sharp, which is technically a second inversion of the E chord. So what happens is that when you have that, you can substitute this with this. Substitute that with so you have many variations. Before you accuse me, B. And that is going to have to suffice for today, folks. So I hope that was informative. There are many, many variations on this. We're going to try to do as many of them as humanly possible. I will be covering the Eric Clapton Unplugged just like we covered the Tragically Hip. So stay tuned. Thank you for joining us. And for further videos, live performances, my wife and I, Leanne, play a lot around town, a lot in the Ontario area. You can look up Robert, R-O-B-E-R-T-L-A-B-E-L-L, YouTube, Robert Lebel YouTube. And if you have any things that you want that I have on my YouTube channel that do not appear here, we will be making the tablature available for everyone. A lot of the things I do have on the YouTube, especially the fingerstyle, the blues, the Rycooter, Hot Tuna, Clapton, etc., some Leo Kottke, John Renbourn, etc., etc. A lot of it I do have the music to. Some of it I don't. Some of it I'm just jamming. But check out my YouTube channel. There's like, I think, 145 videos there, more than is healthy to admit. So again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next week. Same time, same channel. Take care, folks. Thanks for now. Thanks. Be well, be good. Keep playing.